In this video, I'll try to explain the tactics that both managers used, and explain how the teams could have gotten the 3 points, and identify the tactical problems that both teams faced. First of all, let's have a look on the starting 11 and formations of both teams. Liverpool used the 4-3-3 and didn't really switch it during this match. Klopp switched between high and low pressure. On the other hand, Man City lined up with the 4-2-3-1, then shifted to the 4-4-2 without the ball and 4-4-1-1 during some minutes. Both managers play attacking football and apply high pressure. But during this match, I felt that both teams tried not to lose more than concentrating on the 3 points, especially in the second half. Manchester City used the 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1 without possession. Klopp started the match by applying high pressure. Klopp was applying high pressure during the first 25 minutes. The team was able to intercept the balls in the opposition's half, but there wasn't many players inside the box to take advantage. Bernardo Silva and Fernandinho were responsible to link the defensive and attacking lines in the center defensive midfield positions. Liverpool with the 4-3-3 without possession too, no switching in formations from Klopp. Notice how Mahrez and Sterling are playing very wide to stretch Liverpool's defensive line. We will come to this later anyway. Guardiola used a high and tight defensive line in that 4-4-2. Also, he asked his defenders to stay close to this line so that the team doesn't leave any spaces between the lines. What we can identify from this match is that Klopp asked his front three to play deep while owning possession so that he creates spaces for the fullbacks. I think that this tactic didn't go well during this game. My point is, notice Firmino and Mane dropped down, leaving Manchester City's defensive line without pressure, allowing 2 defenders to mark Salah. So even when Robertson gets the ball in that space, he won't find anyone inside the box to cross it to except Salah, who was marked by 2 players already. While applying high pressure, Klopp asked Milner and Henderson to cover the fullbacks when they push forward, so Wijnaldum was the only midfielder. Milner and Henderson covering the fullbacks and giving them the chance to push forward. Here you can see the space that was created once Robertson pulled Walker out of position. Mane dribbled and was able to go through, but we should be seeing Mane in this position. The first step that Guardiola applied to gain possession and get rid of Liverpool's high pressure was to press Van Dijk, Lovren, and Henderson so that the team won't be able to start the attack on the ground. We should also give credit to Guardiola for being able to totally defend Liverpool's new corner style that we saw during the previous matches. 4 players in front of Liverpool's players to stop them from running inside. 5 other players behind to clear the headers after Liverpool's players spread around. You can see from the last picture that all 10 players were defending the corner while it was during the first 20 minutes, which explains how much Guardiola wanted to get at least 1 point from the match and avoid losing. So he wasn't playing for the 3 points from the beginning of the match as usual. Due to Manchester City's pressure on Van Dijk, Lovren, and Henderson, Liverpool was forced to play long passes to Salah behind the defensive line. Some of these passes missed the accuracy, and Salah lost the others, as he was marked by 2 players. So, in my opinion, to solve this problem, Shaqiri would fill the free space between the lines and serve the front 3, just like Chamberlain last season, as he helped Salah score many goals. The team was always trying to play long balls to Salah behind the defensive line. Another problem for Liverpool was that they weren't switching the play from one touch to take advantage from the spaces they create while playing deep. Notice how many passes were played until Robertson received the ball, so Manchester City were moving with the ball and covering these spaces eventually. So Klopp started lowering the pressure as Man City gained possession and started creating danger. Guardiola asked Bernardo to move forward and leave the defensive midfield position as Fernandinho wasn't under pressure anymore. Notice how City's defensive line was in Liverpool's half while building the attack. Bernardo started getting close to Mahrez while building the attacks, and Silva was outside the box under Aguero. City was always in this shape without the ball. This forced Liverpool to depend on long balls, as they couldn't keep the ball on the ground during the build-ups. Here you can see the importance of De Bruyne during such games. City was always playing with two attacking midfielders, so in this case, you can see that Sterling and Mahrez were well positioned on the wings to stretch the defensive line, but the team is missing the attacking midfielder outside the box as Silva started the attack from behind. During the last 5 minutes of the first half, Liverpool started applying high pressure again. Laporte and Stones were wide during such cases to keep the ball on the ground and pass the ball with Ederson. Both managers started the match with pretty good tactics, but some of them had to be changed throughout the match. For example, Liverpool could have concentrated on stretching Man City's defensive line by spreading Mane and Salah on the wings. On the other hand, we saw how Liverpool suffered from the sides when Guardiola asked the wingers to push forward. During the first half, both wingers had defensive responsibilities, which allowed Liverpool to take control during the first 25 minutes. During the second half, both managers applied some tactics. As I said, both managers tried not to lose, so nobody took more risks. This match disappointed us, as we expected much more from two of the best teams in the league this season. Scoring the penalty could have turned things around and given Man City the 3 points.